What is going on, guys? My name is Peter Namby, whatever you know me by. Welcome back to another video. First of all, I would just like to apologise for my appearance. I understand that I look homeless, to say the least, at the moment. I'm in dire need of a haircut. If any of you know a barber, please get me in touch. So, today, guys, we are going to be discussing, I'm going to be telling you, listing off my top 10 favourite Call of Duty maps of all time. If you guys didn't know before, I did start a new series a few weeks back called Namby's Top 10. So, the first one I did was Namby's Top 10 Sniper Rifles on card. You guys really enjoyed that one, so I thought I'd follow it up with a maps one. It's taken me ages to do this because there are honestly so many good maps. When I was scrolling through a whole list of literally every map on Call of Duty, I was like, wow, there's a lot more maps. I forgot about all these maps. This is incredible. And obviously some of them are absolutely fantastic. Some of them are absolutely iconic. Those are the ones we will get into very shortly. Some of them iconic, but not for the right reasons. And then some, like when I was scrolling through the Advanced Warfare map list, I was like, you know what? I'm reading the names of these maps and literally can barely even remember what they looked like because that game was just so bland to me, honestly. So first of all, before I start listing them, I just want to go in and explain to you guys what, in my opinion, makes a map good. What makes a map memorable. Just, you know, what makes a good map in general. In my personal opinion, it has to do with four main factors. First one is flow. If the map flows well, a decent size, and it doesn't take ages to find people, you can get a streak going, you can get good gameplays, you can, you know, harvest some meat, as it were. It's a good map. The second one is colour. If the map isn't vibrant and doesn't look good, it's not going to be memorable. So I think colour and just texture and just the way the map looks in general is very important. The third thing, in my opinion, is spawns. One thing that can make or break a map. A map can look amazing. It can have great flow in the middle of the map. But I tell you what, if every time you shoot an enemy in the middle of the map, they start spawning behind you, it's not a good map. It's just not. And obviously sometimes that depends on the game mode you're playing. But spawns are definitely a very important factor of what makes a good map, in my personal opinion. And the fourth and final thing that is probably the least important out of all of them, but also can again make or break a map entirely, is verticality. I personally hate maps with too much verticality. There are some maps with perfect balance of verticality, of some high verticality and some real shallow maps, right? And it's just all completely flat. I think it's an important balance. I think if you're constantly having to look up and down to see the enemies, as well as left and right, it just can make it a lot more difficult and annoying than it needs to be. Those are the things that, in my opinion, affect and can change whether a map is good or not. That was a good little voice crack there. Love that one. So starting off at number 10, going up to number 1, we are going to start off. I love this map. Since the first time I ever witnessed it on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Scrapyard. Scrapyard is a fantastic example of a map that is almost entirely flat, except for some of the buildings. Just has really good flow. It's super close quarters combat. You've also got some really long lines of sight. It's just a fantastic map. Obviously, the little like plain bits in the middle are like, if you've got FMJ on, you can smash through them with your bullets. You know, you can shoot through them and stuff. Great little hidey holes for people to just camp in if that's the sort of thing they want to do. But also, equally, it's got really good spawns and good enough flow that you can play really aggressive and you can absolutely destroy the enemy team without the spawns flipping constantly. And in general, I just thought it was a really cool map. It's one of those maps that as soon as it comes up on Modern Warfare 2, I'm like, yeah, that one. I want to play Scrapyard, please. At number 9, I kind of surprised myself with this one because I thought I'd rate it higher. But Terminal from Modern Warfare 2. I loved Terminal, and obviously it wasn't in just Modern Warfare 2, they put it into Modern Warfare 3, and I think they put it into Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare in the end. I thought Terminal in Modern Warfare 2 was a brilliant map. This is an example of a map with lots of verticality that works really well because you've got the lower end and the higher end of the map, right? I think it works really well. The spawns are fantastic. You've got like 3 or 4 main spawn points. Everyone loves Terminal, man. It's just fantastic. Whether you're going for high kill streaks, whether you're going for clips, whether you're, you know, aiming to just sit in Burger Town in the very corner of the map and just peek through the little gaps with the silencer and just piss people off by picking them off one by one. It's a fantastic map. There's not a single person on this planet that can say that Terminal is a bad map. At number 8, I've gone and put in Arden Forest from World War II. Probably my favourite map on World War II that was there from release. A map with not much verticality. What verticality it does have is quite little. The flow is fantastic. The spawns are literally perfect. You know where they're going to spawn. If you're stood by the tank, they're going to spawn on the bridge. And if you're not stood by the tank and you've already pushed in too far, they're going to spawn over the other end by the bunker. You just know where they're going to spawn. It's got fantastic flow. You've got the foresty bit with some cover from the air so you don't get shot by kill streaks constantly. So Same with the ruins bit on the other side. And you've got a fantastic line of sight down the middle, power on between the two spawns, and it looks awesome as well. Who doesn't love a good snowy map? So for number 7, I'm throwing it back to the good old days. The good old days of Bog on Call of Duty 4. I loved Bog. When I first got Call of Duty 4, it was one of those maps that I didn't like playing because it was so dark. And, you know, when you don't really have your TV settings set up properly because you're only about 11 years old, 12 years old, and you're like, this map's really fun, but I can't really see. Oh, let's just put on night vision. Fucking brilliant, mate. Excellent spawns, brilliant flow, super open map so you can get kills across the map whenever you like. Some might say that's a bad thing, but I personally loved it. And who doesn't love going for a lovely little bog wall spawn trap every now and then? You know, you just can't beat it. You just can't. It's good fun. That's all it is. For number 6, I'm going with Standoff from Black Ops 2. And I know that a lot of people are going to agree with me on this one. Standoff from Black Ops 2 is, again, one of the best maps, I think, for a map that was in the game when the game came out. Standoff's fantastic. It's classic 3-lane system. It's great for trick shotting. It's great for sniping. It's great for pub stompers. It's great for literally everyone. There's nice open bits where all your kill streaks can rain down and destroy everyone. The spawns are fantastic. You know exactly where they're going to spawn every time. It's probably the least interesting looking map. It's literally just a village, you know, with a couple of tractors here and there. Bit of an overcast. But it looked awesome. It wasn't a bad looking map at all. I think that's the only thing bad I have to say about Standoff. It did look a little bit boring sometimes, but it played so well that it just completely made up for it. For number 5, I've picked my favourite map from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Hardhat. I loved Hardhat. Hardhat will go down in history as one of the best maps to play in a sniper's lobby, if you're going for clips, of all time. To the point where it became unusable at some points, you know. If you hit another 5 on or another 5 multi on drop zone on Hardhat in the tunnel, you just look at that like, well, mate, everyone's done that. Because everyone wants to do that. Because it's just such a fucking fun map to play, mate. The only decent clip I ever hit on that map was a no-scope triple. And it wasn't in the tunnel either. It was next to it. Very balanced verticality. You've got your high side of the map and your low side of the map. An awesome tunnel where everyone just crams themselves into, and it's so fun to just sit and destroy everyone who goes through it. I loved it. Fantastic map. At number 4, I didn't quite put it into the top 3 just because I couldn't quite bring myself to, but I love it anyway, and then the whole world does. Nuketown. From Black Ops 1, not from any of the others, not Black Ops 2, not Black Ops 3, not Black Ops 4, and Black Ops 1, mate. You know exactly where they're going to spawn. You know the flow of the map before you even know what game you're playing. You just know exactly where the enemies are going to be. You know where to go if you need to take cover from kill streaks and stuff. It's a fantastic map. It always will be. Nice and small, close quarters action where everything is going to happen all at once. Just a top tier map, mate. Top tier. Now this one I'm quite excited about. For the number 3 spot, I'm really excited about this one. Grind from Black Ops 2. And it brings me such joy to put a DLC map so close to the top of the scale. And I think no one can disagree with me when I say that the Black Ops 2 DLC, the Black Ops 2 Season Pass, was the best DLC Call of Duty has ever produced. And I think they will struggle to bring out a DLC, like consistent DLC packs that were as good as Black Ops 2's were. They were just fantastic. There wasn't a single DLC map pack that didn't have at least 2 really good maps in there, but Grind has to be the best one. Obviously coming from a skater as well. You can see why I enjoy Grind so much, but it looked amazing. It was so colourful. The flow of the map was obvious. You just pour into the middle and just all fight in the skate park. How is that not the most fun thing you've ever done? Have you ever shot someone on Grind and watched them fall back onto the quarter pipe and just slip down like an idiot? Oh my god, mate. Grind is one of the best maps ever made on any video game, not just Call of Duty. I love it. It's one of my favourite maps of all time. The runner-up, number 2, has to go to Highrise from Modern Warfare 2. This is one of those maps that was just extremely iconic, and there's probably so many thousands of people that will agree with this opinion. It was just such an iconic map. There's so many cool different ways to play the map as well. You can go the underground route and just be a super sneaky beaver. You can go and just scale the buildings and get on top, or go sit on the crane and just fucking snipe people from across the map, or just like go for trick shots and shit, plow straight through the middle and just churn up as much like the flow and the kill streaks and the action as you can. You can sit up on the helipad. There's just so many different ways to play the map, so many cool little Easter eggs, so many clips hit, so many trick shots hit back in the day, man. It's one of the best maps ever made. Super iconic, super popular. If you ask anyone what's your favourite map from Modern Warfare 2, 9 out of 10 of them are going to go Highrise, mate. And finally, the number 1 spot, in my personal opinion, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with it, is Raid from Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 just had some amazing maps in general, right? But Raid is that map that, again, come up in the pre-game lobby, and you're like, oh, what map are we? Raid! Yeah! And literally 10 out of the 12 people every single time would vote Raid. Because Raid was fantastic. It was the classic 3-lane system. It was bright and vibrant. The spawns were fucking consistent. The action was everywhere because it was such a small map. You know, you've got the crossfire between the concrete pillars and the open stairs in mid, and then you've obviously got the crossfire between the kitchen and the fucking zigzag with the fence. It's just an amazing map, man. There's not a single map that I can think of that I would rather play every single day. If I had to choose one map to be in every single Call of Duty until the day I die, it would be Raid, because it was just amazing. When you think of Black Ops 2, one of the first maps you think of when you think Black Ops 2 multiplayer is Raid. And Black Ops 2, as a lot of you guys know, was my favourite Call of Duty ever made. And that's why I choose it. So, yeah, that's my countdown. That is my top 10 favourite maps in Call of Duty history thus far. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you didn't agree with any, or if you think I missed one of your favourite maps, then be sure to comment it down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe as well. I upload 2 videos a week over on this channel, and I'm probably going to be I am going to be live streaming as this video goes up. So be sure to hit the top link in the description there to come over to the stream on Twitch and hang out. Drop a follow on there as well, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the very near future. Have a fantastic weekend. I love you all very much. Ciao.